This is the North San Diego County Community Free Medical and Veterinary Health Screening taking place on December 9th, 2006, here in the community of Carlsbad, California. We started to plan this event about 5 or 6 months ago when we felt there was a need in these communities to help those who have been out of work, who have no insurance, who are transient or maybe are homeless. We wanted to serve the community in the name of Sathya Sai Baba, and so we put on this camp for the community to screen them in various health things such as pap and mammogram, primary care, child care, pediatrics, vision, dental, and we also provide some psychosocial counseling services. So it's a full range of services to help the community for those who are unable to afford to go to a regular doctor. This morning before the camp began at 6:30, the volunteers came to register for the camp. They were all given name badges and then sent off to their various departments to work. We had a wonderful introduction and talk this morning by a couple of the organizers of our event, and then the volunteers had breakfast and off they went to their various departments. As the patients arrive, they come here to this table where they take a token. They're given a token to take a seat if there is a waiting period. If there's no waiting, they can go directly over to the registration tables where their information is taken, and they choose what types of help they need, and then they are sent on to the next station, which was, the first one is vitals and blood, and where their vital signs are taken, height, weight, and blood pressure. And then if they need to have their blood taken, they will have a blood prick done, and their blood sugar and cholesterol will be taken. This is where the patient information is taken, and as soon as the information is filled out on a form and their folder is completed, they move on into the blood and vitals area. Now we're going into the vitals and blood work area. This is where their height and weight is taken and their blood pressure. As you can see, the volunteers measure their height and they stand on the scale for the weight. And then another professional will take their blood pressure. As you can see, we just finished that, and now she's reading his and telling him the amount of blood pressure he has. As you can see, we are taking the pulse of this patient. These numbers, the height, weight, the blood pressure, and the pulse rates are all recorded very carefully in the patient's folder. Leslie is checking the chart for one of our patients. She makes sure that all of the information is, she's got the right person, the right chart, the right birth date, and all that, so she knows that she's not mixed any charts up, and all of the paperwork is carefully checked several times. As soon as these patients move on to the next station, the doctors review those numbers to make sure that if the patient needs further help with either high blood sugar, high cholesterol, or high blood pressure. As the patients go through, we have translators that help to translate for those who don't speak English. If they need their blood taken, as this patient we're following through will have done in a moment, the information is carefully marked down as to what the blood results are. Our patient's getting finger prick, and the blood is taken in a slide and then put into a machine to check for the cholesterol and blood sugar level. This is the test right now. Right now we're walking with the volunteer runner who's taking the patient, and we have runners for every patient between each of the different areas of the camp. They never let the patient handle their own folder, so that we have security of the folder at all times in our own camp hands. Now he's going to enter the primary care area and speak with the primary care doctor. This is our primary care specialty area, is our busiest area. This is where the most doctors are located, and we see the most patients. Our patient doesn't speak English, so we have sent him over to a bilingual translator doctor. She is now going to talk to him about what is bothering him in his health and see if we can be of service to him in any way. Depending on what the doctor finds when she speaks to this patient, she will send him on to possibly one of the specialty doctors. Those are over here, and they are diet and nutrition, counseling and social services, heart and lung, cardiology, dermatology, and a few others like that. Here are two of our specialty doctors. This is dietary and nutrition, and this is mental health or counseling. If they need any of these items to help with them, then we will sit with them and determine if we can be of service in any way. Yes, can it be on TV? This is the children's care area, pediatrics, and as the parents come in with their children, the doctor will see them and talk to them about their child's needs. And if they don't speak anything but Spanish, we have bilingual doctors, luckily. And this is where the child would be entertained while the doctor speaks with the parent.
Sairam, I'm really enjoying the love that is flowing through here. Everybody who came to this camp is leaving with so much happy faces and very content with the services they receive.
At this medical camp, we have a full range of women care facilities. We have PAP and mammogram, and these ladies are in the waiting area for that right now. As soon as they have an opening, they will take them in and screen them for the mammogram or the pap smear, depending on what they would like.
Here today at San Diego Medical Camp, in the women care department, what we are doing is we are having the women come in not only for mammogram and pap smear, but we also give them education regarding how they can do the exams in their own homes. And some of the patients do come here only with the thought of going for mammogram. We do educate them inside why it is important for them to go for cervical exam as well. And then some of them who just come for pap smear exams, we just make sure that they're also going for mammogram if they qualify, if they're over 40 and if there's no insurance.
Here we are in the dental area where we have 5 dentists who are participating in our camp this year. As you can see, the dentist is examining the patient for his teeth care and giving him some advice on what he should be doing. And if he has problems, then they will refer him to a clinic.
Hi. Actually, this is a very cool device we have here in the dental department. It's the intraoral camera and the portable kind, which is very user-friendly. And we bring this with the monitor here. All we do is hook up the link here, and here we have the camera, and I can demonstrate this on the little kid here. Hi, Charlene. Charlene is your name, right? You want to open your mouth? Oh, so cute. And open big. I can show your teeth in the camera on the TV. We can educate the patients and they know exactly. They can see what's going on.
In our camp this year, we have a place where the children of the parents can be entertained while their parents are being seen by a doctor. And this is an example of that service that we provide.
Well, here we are at the veterinary camp, and what we've got over here is the dog registration. We have 2 registrations, one's for dogs, one's for cats. We decided just to do dogs and cats, just to kind of keep it simple. We've had calls for tigers, horses, and snakes, but we decided just to do dogs and cats. Basically what they've done is they're people really who probably would never go to see a vet normally because of the cost. So it's an opportunity for people to really come and have free exams, have vaccines, get their dogs spay and neutered and the cats spay and neutered. Just to get a really good idea of what's going on, and we can support them as much as we can with education, a lot of education. Once the dogs get registered, the dogs and cats get registered, what we're offering today is a free spaying and neutering. They can actually do up to 50 animals in this bus. It's a fully equipped surgical unit, which is pretty phenomenal. And there's one vet that works in there, and they've got all their staff, and they come in early in the morning with the animals. They do all the spay and neutering, and then the pet owners pick up the pets later on that day. So they'll probably be coming around 3 or 4. Here we have a dog that's being groomed by Susan. Basically, again, it's an opportunity for them to understand how to look after their pets. So she shows all the people that come through how to clip their nails, how to brush a dog properly, and they look after the skin and the teeth. So that's another lovely part of education. So before the dogs get ready to see the vets, they come into this area and they fill in a questionnaire about the dog's history. You know, how old they are, what vaccines they've had, if they've had any problems. So this is where all this happens, in this area. The dogs are being very patient, very sweet, especially this guy. No, you're precious, because you are precious, aren't you? Yes, you are. She's just precious. She's just adorable. Look at that eyes. Okay, so here we have a wonderful, wonderful vet who's working like a slave. She's worked on God knows how many, along with her assistant Beth. So really what we're doing here is really, thorough exams. They're checking their teeth, their ears. What else are you checking?
Checking for hernias.
Hernias.
We're taking their temperature.
Okay.
We're seeing if they have any fleas, listening to their hearts.
Okay.
Everything.
And if they need vaccines, we do vaccines. We're also doing blood work if they need it. If they have worms, we're treating them for worms. And they're educating the owners about all the things that can help this dog. Okay.
Good puppers.
Okay, so here we have these amazing vet techs who have, again, worked God knows how many hours, who basically do all the vaccines, they do all the blood draw, administer everything you could possibly imagine.
Hello there, how are you? Okay, so you're Bianca? Nice to meet you. Hi. That's all right, and how's that go? They both go pretty good?
With the younger one, they're fine. The older one, he just did like, okay.
Can you relax for your Auntie Katie, please?
No way.
Yeah, why don't you just, you got two.
Get him on my Yo, Mimi.
So here we are with the cat room. Basically, it's great because the cats just have their own room here, their own waiting. It's quiet, self-contained.
Her second one.
That's a nice hat.
This was probably about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. He's got some fleas.
Is she your only cat?
Yes, she is.
She's the only one. Okay, does she go outside or no?
She's an indoor cat, but she sneaks out when we try to open the door.
Okay.
But then I go and grab her and bring her right back in. So she's not out very long.
Can I hold her?
No.
We have the one and only cat vet. She's done all the cats in this whole
The only
camp.
one
So
brave enough to do so.
she's been phenomenal. In fact, now they're taking her over to the dog. So thanks, Kathy.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
So
It's
great.
been fun.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so what's happening here is Bruce and Sherry are actually, every time a dog leaves the camp, they go through the flea control section where he checks for those, and he's also putting flea medication on them. They also get more education about fleas. So what's happening here is once the pet owners have finished with all their treatments and exams, they come here, they release their file here. Wahim is actually a vet from Mexico who's helping us, and Sangeeta's a vet from India. And what they're doing is going through all the information to make sure that the pet owner totally understands what they've had done, what follow-up treatments they can have and where to go. We have referral clinics here. Also what vaccines they need to have when they leave. We also check here to make sure that the pets, if they've had vaccines, stay around for about 20 minutes so that we can check for any allergic reactions. So they just really get all their information to go.
Yes, I've received several comments from the Mexican migrant community about how nice this has been about if we're coming next year or when are going to be next month. They're living pretty satisfied, pretty excited, and grateful for this.
Okay, so the final thing is when they leave, we give the dogs and the cats a little gift. They get some really nice, nutritious, healthy, natural foods. What else do we have, Kiko? We have a toy. Yeah.
And we also have a toothbrush here.
Toothbrushes, which is wonderful, and it's dried, and we get education.
Educational materials, variety of kinds of good stuff. So they'll be well informed.
Well informed.
It's been a great day today. We've had lots and lots of people come through the camp, and one of the most important things is that we've had so many volunteers from outside of the organization.
Well, this medical camp being our first one in San Diego was a great experience, especially for me being the volunteer coordinator. It just seems that we told one or two people here and there, from coworkers to schools and other places, and the word just spread, and we had tons of volunteers. I think we had almost over 200 volunteers, of which I would say 50% might have been Sai devotees and over 50% was not Sai devotees.
I'd never really thought about doing a medical camp type of thing, but it was such an interesting experience. I enjoyed seeing all the different people, and it's really inspirational just knowing that even if I was just a runner, I was helping out in some way.
So today, even though I had my crutches on, I've been out here helping out with vitals, and I've been helping translate for Spanish speakers.
This is the Vision Care Department, and we're lucky that we were able to collaborate with many of the members of our community on this camp. And so the Lions Club is handling the Vision Department, and there's a couple doctors here that might be able to tell us more about their particular seva, their service that they do with vision.
Since 1925, the Lions Club has directed or focused most of its talent towards sight and hearing. At one time, the Lions was strictly a businessman's club, but since 1925, visited by Helen Keller, she directed us to what we are mainly doing today, and that is focusing basically on sight, but also hearing, and all the diseases that are connected with it, mainly diabetes, which causes a lot of sight problems.
Once a patient has gone through the camp, before they leave, we make sure that they speak with someone in our exit interview area to make sure that they have all their needs met and all their questions answered. If this is the area where if they need to be referred to a clinic, that they will get that information and be given whatever referral forms and literature that they may need to take care of whatever the issues are that they may have for their health.
Okay, so we're working with people from the North County today, and if they come here and they don't have adequate resources for medical or psychosocial issues, we're screening them for everything. They identify what services they need. They're being treated or assessed throughout the camp, and then when they come here to the exit interview table, I'm just making sure one more time that they got checked for everything they wanted to, and then I ask one more time if they have anything that they're needing. Then we've compiled a list of all the resources in North County. We did an exhaustive search and compiled a 2-page list, and then we're basically referring and sending primarily to the community medical clinics, and then we have a system set up to follow up to make sure the referrals were made and followed through on.
After the patients have finished exit interview, they come here to our farewell gift area. We love our community and the people in our community, and we want to give them back something. And this is something that they can use. We have food, we have snacks, we have school supplies, and we also have over in the other area over here, we have some rice and beans and fruit for them to take home and use as they see fit. So we're very happy that our volunteers were kind enough to donate all these items, and we have plenty for everyone.
When we first thought of doing a camp like this, we had no idea that it was going to be this rewarding as far as a community coming together with a common goal of serving those within our community. And especially for me in this time in the world when there is so much fear and a little chaos that we could say a lot about what's wrong with the world, but today we are actually living what is right with the world. And all of those here that have participated in this program is what's beautiful and right with the world. As a Sai devotee, going out to the community and contacting the different agencies that we contacted, and speaking of the service that is in our hearts and the message of our divine teacher was an incredible experience for me. Many times they said, "What? You're doing this for free?" And we said, "Yes, for free." "You want nothing?" "No, we want nothing." And they were a little reluctant, but I think today that we showed them that yes, people could come together and do something like this and really ask for nothing except for the exchange of a heart-to-heart experience. I really, truly am a better person after this experience. Thank you. Sai Ram.